And finally, new rule now that the latest climate conference is underway in Glasgow, Scotland, and Greta Thunberg has once again shown the world that she is the conscience of her generation. Someone must tell her, you may be the conscience of your generation, but you don't represent it. I really wish you did, Greta, but you don't. But I can show you who does. Greta, you have 13 million followers on Instagram, which is great. But Kylie Jenner has 279 million, which is more. But Kylie embodies and embraces a lifestyle that is pretty much the opposite of carbon neutral. And the younger generations fucking love it. When Kylie's lifestyle becomes uncool and unpopular, and you stop loving Bitcoin and stop thinking that stuffing your face is harmless, I'll take you seriously. Until then, shut the fuck up about how older generations ruin the planet. We get it. Boomers dropped the ball on the environment. We did. We dropped it like it was hot. And for that, I can only say, whoops. Yeah, you're right. We dropped it. But have you picked it up? I wish your generation was better than mine. I really do. But the sad truth is, we're completely the same.
First of all, I feel like we need a law that says Bill Maher can't talk about young women. But that's besides the point. This 7-minute monologue happened just 2 days before we shot this episode, and boy, we just had to talk about it. I'm sorry, because it's everything we're getting at. This smug-mugged galaxy brain take is that Greta Thunberg can't tell adults they're ruining the environment, and younger people can't agree with her because Kylie Jenner is more popular than her. And until people stop following Jenner on Instagram, she needs to shut the f*** up. And like, what an incredibly lazy, spiteful rationalization to not do anything about improving the world. What is even the logic there? That Thunberg shouldn't try because other people her age are more popular? Hey Bill, Succession has way higher ratings than Real Time. Perhaps you should not have an HBO show. Should people not make indie movies because Marvel films are more popular? Should we not give money to the homeless because the richest people in the world are greedy? Just what exactly is Bill Maher's point here? Why is the audience laughing and clapping like he's not saying complete gibberish? Oh, I actually do know why.
Cryptocurrency uses more energy than Netflix, Apple, Facebook, Microsoft, and Google combined, and more than some entire nations. And yet young people could not love it more if it came with a side of avocado toast.
Because it's just the same vapid avocado toast finger-wagging trash we've been talking about this whole time. It's not witty or clever or important, but rather just the most edgelord half-assed thinking about climate change anyone could ever conjure. It's barely thinking. Like, yes, fucking of course, there is a disconnect between what we know is right and how we still instinctively gravitate towards the spoils and disease of capitalism. And yeah, this has always been true since the first shiny rock washed up on some Paleolithic shoreline. Me likey shiny things. Me wanting not to stress about food or shelter or medicine-y. But Bill takes this very basic observation and wields it as an excuse to justify complete inaction and just shitting on younger generations for also having flaws. He doesn't praise Greta Thunberg for being a model example that her generation should look up to. No, he's just mad that she rightfully called out his generation for fucking the planet and wants to drag her down to his level. Weirdly neg her into not wanting to stop climate change until fewer people follow Kylie Jenner on Instagram? This is just contrarian smugness without offering any alternative or action of any kind. And that's his solution, to just tell some kid to shut the f*** up about climate change because a bunch of people follow Kylie Jenner on Instagram? Create this zero-sum game where we sit around and wallow in cynicism until the planet lights on fire? Do you think opinions like Bill Maher's are going to be seen as historically relevant? Are we all going to recall the historic time in which a smarmy talk show host bravely proclaimed that we shouldn't do anything about anything because what's the point? Until you're perfect, keep those stones to yourself until they fucking melt in your hand because of fucking climate change. No, this is just the packing peanuts of observations. The vacuous trash filling the conversation like so many plastic bags in the ocean. Ignore it. Ignore anything like it. It's the useless pettiness, guilt, pride, and shame that we need to set aside in order to get anything done. So I guess my point here is, don't listen to Bill Maher, but now that I say it out loud, I realize you probably aren't listening to him to begin with, so just keep doing that. Hey, thanks for watching that clip. Here's the evergreen end plate to ask you to like and subscribe. It's any day of the year where you are.